Happy Friday. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine here in downtown New Albany, uptown New Albany, Market and Vincennes in the Xtol Media Studios on this Friday. So TGIF, it is looking beautiful out there. We could take a sneak peek outside here in just a second. Right there, boom, sunshine. So we can grab the shades here for today and enjoy a lot of sunshine for this Friday. I'm going to try to have a special guest on here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As long as the signal is shaping up right now, they're chugging on a lot of cell data there around the racetrack, but we've got Kimmel Racing out there, hopefully live here in just a moment. Kimmel Racing, they've got their shop out in Clarksville from Sellersburg. So local racing team in the ARCA race, which will be on FS1 at 6 p.m. this evening on the Fox Sports app. So if you're into stock car racing, ARCA racing, they're going to be out there. They are sponsored by Weddington Custom Homes. So we're going to try to get them on board here in just a second. Again, looking at some beautiful sunshine across the area for today. We're looking mostly dry over the next couple of days as we take a look here at the radar and satellite and take a closer zoom across the area. We've got we're kind of in between systems right now, so looking good. As we look at the big broad view here, there's an area of low pressure up this way over New England. That kind of wrapped around some clouds and a couple showers yesterday. Then we've got this little wedge of high pressure in our area giving us sunshine for today. So we'll just make a little happy sunshine right here. And then we got a kind of also wedged in here is a front, stationary front. So what we'll see through the weekend is waves of wet weather. It looks like bypassing our area just off to the southwest. So we're looking mostly dry over the next few days. And as we zoom in here, we are going to see that we've just got, again, ample amounts of sunshine, sun-drenched, as some might call it. So it is a good looking Friday morning here for us. Happy to start it out here with you on this Friday, May 23rd. We are live. Thanks for tuning in, whether it's on my Facebook page, and you're going to notice that I am right here. We'll see if it'll pop up. There it is. It is right here, right here. Ben Peine, P-E-I-N-E. That is my Facebook page. Or you can hop on to Xtol Weather. We're live there on Facebook, and Xtol Media, E-X-T-O-L Media on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Give us that subscribe there, and you can bring us up full screen. And xtolmag.com/weather is another spot where you can always find us. I got the weather story written up there too if you want to find some more information about our weather at any point in time throughout the day. And we'll take a look at some comments here. Again, if you're just hopping on, we're going to try to here in a second. We've got Brad Weddington live with Kimmel Racing. Will Kimmel is going to be in the car racing later today at 6 p.m. Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we're going to take a look with Brad here in just a second. Again, just looking live outside right here. I'm going to walk across our studio real quick and grab my notes. So bear with me for just 1 second. And we're looking mainly dry over the next couple of days. We may see a few spotty showers Sunday, and then rain chances start to ramp up as we head into Monday into Tuesday for Memorial Day. And our unsettled weather pattern, unfortunately, continues through much of next week, which will take us basically through the end of May. So June right around the corner. Last day for JCPS school system today. We've got the Star Valley Strawberry Festival in Borden, Indiana tomorrow. Abbey Road on the River, Bats baseball. It's that time of year. There are just festivals going on like crazy. So again, we'll check in with the comments and all that good stuff here in just a second. I want to bring in some of our lovely sponsors, advertisers, and partners. Ivy Tech, ivytech.edu. Just head to ivytech.edu. And then you go to locations, go to Sellersburg, and that's the landing page for our local campus. There right off exit 9, Sellersburg. You can head to here, or you can head toward the campus and check out all of the different academic programs offered, whether you're a prospective student or maybe a different part in your life, in your career. I want to make that change, want to learn about something else. You can see all of the different programs offered here: entrepreneurship, advanced automation, robotics technology, automotive technology, design technology, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning technology, industrial technology. 42 programs offered. I'm not going to go through them all. You can learn about student services, tuition, and aid, and much more right there. LionsRoofingCo.com. So Lions Roofing out of Memphis, Indiana, family-owned company right here. Been around a long time. They've been helping us out personally. You can go to 812-294-3595. You can call them right at that number, 812-294-3595. You can also put in this, you can put in your information right here, right on their page at lionsroofingco.com for a free estimate. And they have a roofing repair technician job opening right now. If you want to look more into that, 812-294-3595. And then libspaving.com, biggest paving contractor around. You can apply now. If you need a job through the summer and beyond, a new career, take a look at all of these job openings. Of course, there are so many jobs in the summertime as far as paving and concrete work. Each line that you see right there is a job opening, and you can apply now. So there you go. Get busy, get some money, get to work. And Weddington Custom Homes, they are sponsoring Kimmel Racing. Again, Kimmel Racing is out of Southern Indiana. I think it's 69 years since 1949 with Kimmel Racing, so we'll chat with them here in just a second. As long as the cell signal is working good, which we just tested it, it was working pretty good. But a lot of cell getting eaten up there around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. NewWashBank.com, people you know wherever you go. You can head to NewWashBank.com, banking the way you want right there. And I want to also remind you that anytime you want, you can email me and Ben at xtolmag.com, Jason at xtolmag.com. We've had over 2 million views per month on average over the last 90 days. If you want to phone a friend, give us a shout, and partner up. We're trying to lift up Southern Indiana. We're all providing a service for all of us here. We're giving you weather content here at Xtol Weather, and of course, everybody we partner up with is providing a service of some kind. So feel free to contact me, Ben at xtolmag.com and Jason at xtolmag.com. So we've got some events going on. We've got the Star Valley 5K Berry Run tomorrow morning, May 24th at 8 a.m. in Borden, Indiana, that begins and ends at the Borden High School. It is the very popular Southern Indiana Festival, the Strawberry Festival, Star Valley Strawberry Festival. And you can go to their Facebook page. They've got a lot of fun graphics there. So at 11:25 tomorrow morning, they'll have the national anthem. That'll kick it off at 11:30, the Mr. and Miss Shortcake Contest, the Children's Pie Eating Contest at 1:30. And then you've got some music acts, Cade Jones at 2, the dessert auction at 3, Memorial Day ceremony at 3:30, the adult pie eating contest at 4. Then you've got more acts, Kirby Staley at 4:30, the Lady Braves auction at 6:30, and Top Shelf, the big music act there at 7 p.m. So check it out there. It is the Star Valley Strawberry Festival for tomorrow. And we're going to get into some of our nature segments in just a moment. I'm going to bypass that really quickly. And we were talking about the cicadas yesterday. I want to thank Pamela Nolan for sharing me those cicadas there. And just waiting on this next slide to pop on here in just a second. And we'll get to your forecast. And things are looking beautiful out the door as well. If you're just popping into Bennett 10 here, there you can see that sunshine we have across the area. So a lovely day across Kentuckiana right now. Bringing this back up real quickly here. There you go. There's the forecast today. 70 degrees, partly sunny, just a light breeze, west wind at around 10 miles per hour. And let me see if we can get Brad Weddington to pop in here live from Charlotte Speedway. And we'll get him popping in here. Let me see if, looks like
Not Brad. That's
There
Will.
you go. There's Will Kimmel as well. Brad, do you hear me?
There we go. Woo.
I can't hear you at the moment, Brad, but I see you. I was telling you earlier, he might be breaking up a little bit because the cell signal out there.
You know,
So we're gonna test this out right now. We might bring Brad back, but I don't hear you at the moment.
What about Will? Do you have Will?
Can you hear me, Ben?
We heard him earlier, but I don't hear it right now.
Ben,
Keep
you got
trying
me?
that mic. I might pop you back in here in just a second. I don't hear either of you guys at the moment.
Ben, you got me?
I'm going to take a sip here from Big
I'm on.
Happy as we wait. That's Will Kimmel, by the way. He's going to be racing at 6 p.m. At Charlotte Motor Speedway, Kimmel Racing, and it'll be on Fox Sports 1 and your Fox Sports app at 6
Ben, you got me?
So Will's having a good time in the trailer there. They've got 2 stock cars that are up above them. I got to check that out the other day.
Ben, you got me?
At their spot.
You got me?
Check.
In Clarksville. So I'm going to let them continue to test this out a little bit. We had your mic perfect earlier, Brad, but I'm not hearing it at the moment.
Check.
You might just want to unplug it, plug it back in, and I'll check back in with you here in just a second. But no audio at the moment. I'm going to check in some comments while we kind of wait for Brad to pop in here. We'll see if we can get the cell to work a little bit better. We've got Beverly Haggis tuning in. Good morning from Borden, Indiana, where we have the Star Valley Strawberry Festival. Ann Helm tuning in this morning. We've got, let me remove this one.
Audio. Dag on it.
Let me remove Brad and then add him back in. Maybe
hang on. He's going to try to remove and put us back
still
in.
no audio at the moment. We've got Ted Ludwig. Which one of the Kimmel brothers is the son of... you're thinking Bill Kimmel right there. That's Will Kimmel right there. There he is. He gave us a thumbs up. He can hear me. I can't hear you guys yet, though. So Ted Ludwig was asking which one of the Kimmel brothers is. So we got Will out there. He's going to be racing today. So good luck to Will, by the way. Alice Young, happy Friday, Ben. Happy Friday to you. We've got Debbie Kirch-Gessner. Good morning to you. Perry Porter tuning in this morning. Good sleepy weather, awesome day. Yeah, it was a bit of a chill this morning as we were out the door with temperatures in the 40s and 50s.
That is the service, though.
We've got good morning from Gary and Janet Hutchins and Lillian Lasley. Lillian says, I hear you. We're just trying to wait to hear Brad and Will out there.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Now, I'm not hearing their audio. And Brad, you might, if you can hear me, you might unplug the mics and just use the iPhone audio without the mics. See if that works too.
Do you have me now?
He's still trying. We're gonna see if he can get it out. All right, we're gonna still keep trying there out at Charlotte. I think they can hear me, but I can't hear them still for some reason.
Let me go.
Not on
Ben, you got us?
But I don't think it is.
No. Dang, Ben.
All right, Ted Ludwig.
So
Ted says we hear them. I am not hearing them. Hold on.
Oh, so it's not us.
Brad, I got you. Brad, I got you. Hey, that was
you got us?
That was on me that time. I had you on a mute. That's on me. I'll take that one. Because Ted, thank you, Ted. Ted Ludwig said, I hear them. We hear Brad, but Ben cannot hear them. That's what Deborah said.
It's a good thing we didn't say anything bad there.
So Ted Ludwig says, ARCA ?
Yes, yeah,
That's what we're talking about.
We'll be running the ARCA race tonight, 6:00. I believe it's the General Tire 150 here at Charlotte.
And so ARCA is what, Automobile Racing Club of America, for those that don't know.
Yep.
And tell us what is ARCA? Where can you find ARCA and a little bit of the history?
So ARCA was essentially NASCAR North early on. And that was based out of Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. My grandpa actually ran the very first ARCA race they ever had with the Markhams. Now Ron Drager, him and Dad kind of grew up together actually. So Drager's still the president of ARCA, and we're here supporting it. And it's kind of one of the things where I've been for the entirety of my racing career. and it's been really, really special. But arcaracing.com, you can get more information. They are essentially like AAA baseball to MLB. So what we do is essentially like the Louisville River Bats compared to the Cincinnati Reds.
And tell us about Kimmel Racing, about your family and the history. What is it, 69 since 1949? Is that what we're celebrating this year?
Yeah, it's 76 years actually this
76
year.
years.
Yeah, last year was 75, not 76. And super, super special to be able to keep the tradition going. Sponsors like Brad Weddington that help us. Our tire bill here is tremendous. It'd be over $10,000 just for us, our tire bill this weekend. And that's not tearing anything up. So very expensive, hard to do without a lot of support like we have. But Kimmel Racing's been in it for 76 years. My grandpa started in 49. Dad and Frank did it very successfully. Ran into a little bit of a roadblock there in the early 2010s. Me and Dad have been fighting and clawing during the interview. But we've been very fortunate to have a lot of people in our corner these last 12, 13 years that we've been trying to get back on top. I feel really good about our car today. We had a good car last year here, and we actually were able to go test Kansas last week, 2 weeks ago, and kind of get ready for what we had today.
And so since I'm a weatherman, talk about how the weather conditions are out there and how that can impact your racing.
It's funny you asked that. Charlotte's extremely weather sensitive. I call it a mile and a half Salem for those who are at home that have been to Salem Speedway. This is like a mile and a half Salem. It's rough, it's abrasive, there's fall off. The track's super sensitive to sunlight, clouds, all that kind of stuff. So right now it's I think we're high 75. It's going to be sunny, so it's going to be plenty comfortable in the car. However, there's going to be sun on the racetrack all day, and that's gonna keep it kind of hot, slick, greasy as the race wears on this evening.
Yep, and Lily and Lasley, I'm popping up some comments here while we're talking here, Will. This is Will Kimmel from Kimmel Racing. Is the race going to be on Facebook so I can watch it? So FS1 is where we can watch that 6 p.m. tonight. Yep.
We'll be live on FS1. They do a good job covering our races, and we get a lot of viewership through Fox Sports.
So real quick, can you talk about, it looks like there are some other Indiana drivers. Is Indiana pretty well represented as far as a state in ARCA racing?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, this one, I think we've got, I know Mike's down here, Mike Basham. I always call him Daryl's brother, so I hope he sees this interview, but that's actually Daryl's son. Nice. So me and Mikey were actually just talking before Brad come and got me to do the interview. But I don't know who else is here from Indiana. I'm sorry about that. But for the most part, Indiana used to have a pretty solid foothold in the ARCA series. But at this race being in Charlotte, it's all Carolina guys down here in Carolina teams. So we got our work cut out for us tonight. We're going up against some big teams, big backing. Gibbs is here. PRG, which is a Toyota or a Chevrolet back team. They're here with 18 or the 28 and 82, and then obviously Venturini's Rev Racing, which is NASCAR's team. So it's uphill battle, but these are the guys you want to come race against, and these are the guys you want to compete with, because when you race up the ladder, that's what makes you better. And I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out, but I feel good about it.
Well, I hope you Hoosiers, especially you, Will, can open up a can of whoop ass on some of those Charlotte guys out there today. And so behind you, I just want to talk about, I got to check out your trailer there. You've got just some of your tires, but you're going to go through more of those tires, I imagine. And then up above you, you can hold one or two of your stock cars, right?
Yeah, so right above me, right to my, this way, that way. Can't see me I'm terrible with TV camera. I'm all confused because I'm backwards. But anyway, yeah, we have two cars. My backup car is actually sitting above us right now. That's the one that I tested Kansas with. The car I'm racing is the one that raced Kansas with Miguel Gomez. So he ran this car at Kansas, and I think it's a better car than my backup. So that's why I brought it here to Charlotte. We have 4 tires, 4 general tires. You can see my uniform bag, and then our bump spring box. And then Tony, who's been with Dad from day one, is actually out here doing 2 more sets of tires, which is outside the door right there. I don't know if you can hear the air going off, but he's actually purging the tires, getting all the air out of them, refilling them with nitrogen.
I do hear
that
it.
way we don't have any humidity, back to weather, in the tire. It's a drier air, and you don't have as much air pressure build throughout the race with nitrogen as you do with regular air that has water in it.
Man, there's a lot of science that goes into this.
You can tell I can talk really well about it. I sound super scientific right now.
No, I don't know anything about it, so I'm learning as we go, and I'm sure a lot of people here are learning too. So if you're just tuning in, this is Will Kimmel with ARCA Racing, kind of AAA baseball of NASCAR and stock car racing. So just want to wish you a good luck. Again, you're with Brad Weddington Custom Homes, one of your sponsors. I know you got a lot of other sponsors. Feel free to mention them if you'd like right here too.
Yeah. We've got Jamie Seitz with Excel Hydraulics. That's actually a customer of mine that I work on his race cars at the shop. He come on and he helped us with tires as well. And then we got Jamie Mosley with Jailbreaker Potato Chips. Jamie ran some races with us last year in another series that we ran at Salem. Jamie helped us. He's on the lower quarters, and then Brad's on the quarter panels. I've got product sponsors like Jack's Wax, E3 spark plugs and batteries, lithium batteries. Excellent product. And then Valvoline, DEI, just everybody that makes this deal possible. Clarksville Schwinn, Grimm's Vinyl. Just it takes a lot. I appreciate everybody's help and all the support, but we're going to go out here and give it 110% tonight, and we'll see what happens, how it shakes out.
All right, good luck, Will. Will Kimmel, Southern Indiana, representing right here. That is the General Tire 150 at the Charlotte Speedway later on tonight. I wanted to throw Kentucky in there for some reason, but all right, good luck, guys. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Brad.
See you later. All right, that was Will Kimmel out there at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, that's going to be on FS1 at 6 p.m., so you can check them out. That is the Automo Racing Club of America. It is the ARCA Racing. So awesome to have them popping in here. And there's always that weather connection. Of course, weather affects the temperature of the track and the tires and how the tires perform, and the car can ultimately perform as well. So very cool there. So glad to have them on. My apologies too because I didn't hear them in the very beginning when I was starting off the interview. That was on me. I had, if you watch it back, I hit a mute button. I had them on mute. So totally on me as I'm trying to direct the Ben at 10 show here this morning. But of course, if you've seen live shots, even when I was doing live stuff on TV, if you're around a big event like a motor speedway, like Charlotte Motor Speedway right there, there's only so much cell data. So you can get the audio that'll come in, and then sometimes the video will break up a little bit. But towards the end of the interview, they were coming in nice and clear there. So thanks for Will for taking out time there. Again, they've got a big shop off of Lewis and Clark Parkway from Clarksville, Sellersburg. Mike Basham is also racing. He's from Henryville. And I think there's one other driver from Greenwood that's also in that race. So again, check that out. Donna, good morning. Donna Toll checking in here this morning on this Friday. And again, we are looking at some beautiful sunshine across the area, and it's now time to go ahead and dig into that forecast. Again, a lot going on. We've got the last day of JCPS. Happy summertime for you guys. For a lot of Southern Indiana schools, it's another week. My kids are out next Friday. Speaking of sunshine, we've got a high sun angle. 72 degrees is the sun angle. That's how high the sun is in the sky, kind of like our Extol weather behind us. That is the same as mid to late July. So there is a seasonal lag in temperatures. So why aren't we as hot as July? Well, the atmosphere takes a little bit of time to warm up. Just like as you have in your oven heats up, it turns red hot. Still takes time to heat up the atmosphere in the oven. So there's kind of a month delay as we have the hottest temperatures typically in late July. So we get the highest sun angle as we head towards the first of summertime, right around June 21st. And then you get about a month lag to heat up the atmosphere to the hottest temperatures. The same goes for the coldest temperatures of the year. Our lowest sun angle is in December. Our coldest temperatures are typically in January. So you've got a seasonal lag in temperatures. So let me go ahead and bring up that forecast for today. Plenty of sunshine across the area, high up to 70 degrees, partly sunny and just a light breeze out there. West wind at around 5 to 10, and our sunset at 8:54. Our play ball forecast, 70 degrees, touch cool. The winds are going to be light today. It's been a little bit blustery over the last couple of days, but today it's going to feel a lot more peaceful out there for this Friday. West wind at around 5 to 10, and our temperatures will start to drop into the 60s this evening. May want that extra layer just in case. It gets a little bit nippy out there. Our allergy report today, medium to high levels of tree, grass, and mold. And I don't know if you're like me and you're like my wife and so many people that I've talked to cannot remember a season that has impacted us so much. Usually my wife has no problems whatsoever with allergies, but I think it's this extra ingredient of mold because we've never dried out the ground basically all season long. I think you're getting those mold spores just out and about, and perhaps that's the reason. Maybe I need to interview an ENT, an allergist, to have the exact reason, but drop in a comment. How have your allergies been this season? I'm on week 3 of trying to clear this mess up. Haven't felt bad. I've still done everything I normally do. It's just a constant flow. I'm going to hold the mic as I cough. I'm going to turn off the mic as I cough. I'm getting better manners here as I'm not coughing into the mic. So let's go back to that forecast here. So there's your pollen counts. There's our sunsets. We get our latest sunsets right around the beginning of summertime, June 21st. And as we head into mid to late June, we have that twilight all the way up to, excuse me, I'm just making sure everything's looking good here. All the way up to 10 p.m. we'll have that twilight there through the month of June. And we're looking at low tonight of around 52 degrees. Donna backing me up. Worst year I can remember as far as those allergies. Feeling you. Misery loves company. 52 our low tonight. Cool and quiet. Light southwest breeze. And our sun up at 6:25. And tomorrow, for your Saturday, looking mainly dry across the area. 52 in the early morning. 66 at noon. 71 that high. The winds will be light tomorrow. Tomorrow's kind of interesting with the winds. We have a light wind coming in from the northeast over Indiana. Kentucky, a southwest breeze that's convergent because there's a front nearby, but we have high pressure keeping most of our area dry. If we see an isolated shower tomorrow, it looks like the best chance is going to be in Kentucky, especially west of I-65 in Kentucky. Most of our area dry tomorrow. But I'll just call it variable light breeze for our Saturday. And again, a good looking forecast here for us too. Here's that 7-day forecast. We've got 71 tomorrow, upper 60s Sunday and Monday. I'll probably see a few extra clouds Sunday. I've only got it at about a 30% chance for Sunday and then a 40% chance Monday. I don't think either day is going to be a washout. Some of the models here have been bringing in the rain a little bit later Monday and then into early Tuesday. Kind of a little bit better chance there as we're trying to fine tune that Memorial Day forecast for you. So either way, showers start to increase into early next week. Our temperatures stay steady, about 10 degrees below normal in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And then we're looking at 77 on Wednesday, and then getting closer to normal as we're in the upper 70s, near 80 degrees next Thursday, Friday. So this takes us to May 30th and takes us towards almost into June here. And we'll see, but unfortunately, I talked a lot over the last couple of months about cut off upper level low pressure systems. The upper level low is the weatherman's woe, is an old phrase. And the Euro and the GFS try to bring in a little cut off upper level low late next week. Hope that doesn't happen. That brings in some unsettled weather and showery conditions. But that's why we've got those rain chances in there for Thursday and for Friday. Pamela bought stock in Visine and Zyrtec. That's something that's impacted me more too, is just the dried out eyes over the last couple of weeks as well. So I am with you. And Lillian saying has been the worst this year. Talking again about allergies if you're just popping in. All right, so that's what we have there. We'll take a look at a few different things here, and then we'll drop into our weather model, digging into the data portion of our Ben at 10, and then we'll wrap it up with another look at the forecast for those of you popping in a little bit later. Thanks for watching the replay, too, if you're watching for your Friday afternoon or Friday evening. And let's go ahead and bring up a weather resource that you can use at any time, of course. This is xtolmag.com/weather. To the right here, you've got an interactive radar that you can zoom in, just like I'm doing right there. It shows the current conditions, 59 degrees, wind at 5 miles per hour, no precip, and the 3-day forecast. You come on down here, there's the 7-day forecast that I just showed you, and then your daily weather story, which is titled Mild Memorial Weekend and Some Rain Chances. You go on down, you can see the storm predictions, day 1, day 2, severe weather risk. You can see where any watches or warnings are going to be. And if you have any family that is down over Missouri, northern Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and southeastern Kansas, that big blob of green right there, that indicates a flood watch. They're looking at inches and inches of rain over the next several days. So we are going to fare better than those folks down there. And we have a good morning from Sue Shively. Have a great weekend. Have a good holiday weekend to you. And we have Beverly Hagist. I use local honey for my allergies. Yeah, the natural way sometimes is the way to go. So here is a look at a full screen version. Again, this is the interactive radar. And not only radar, your current conditions. It's got winds. It will have storm tracks on here. So we're looking at 50s, low 60s across the area right now with the temperature stations that are live. As we back up our view, there's rain to the northeast, rain out to the west. You can go down to the Caribbean if you want. You've got those tropical showers here and there. Look at Cuba there in the 80s and already a 90 around Boynton Beach, West Palm. 80s there in Florida. Florida warming up. Florida's actually needed the rainfall, which is kind of weird. Typically, they're pretty good in the rain department. And we're taking a look here at the Falls of the Ohio Foundation. You can go here, fallsoftheohio.org, and you can look at the beautiful conditions that we have across the area. Just as nice as our live view here in downtown New Albany as we're looking out towards Ashland Park and downtown Louisville. Just a few very teeny tiny fair weather clouds out there, and a good morning to Mary Dale. Thank you for tuning in to our Ben at 10 show here this morning on this Friday, May the 23rd. And there was a big bird migration last night. Well, we won't do a big segment on that as we'll have the weather models coming up here, but estimated 300 million birds, especially over the mid-section of the United States. All right, bringing up the radar and satellite here, take a look. I drew this earlier as we came on at the beginning of the show, but low pressure, rising air, a little wedge of high pressure giving us sunshine. And then you've got more low pressure out here. And in the middle, we've got a stationary front. Stationary front, you're going to put the warm front, barbs on top, cold front, bottom, warm front, cold front, warm front. So stationary front right there. We are going to see the track of rain following that cold front and staying mostly to our southwest over the next several days. So that is what we will see with the weather models as I load them up here right now. So let me get out of full screen mode and bring up the future radar. There we go. All right, so this is looking at today. I'm going to bring up the HRRR weather model, and we're going to look at our forecast today, which is very simple. We've got sunshine across the area. You can see the rain. I'll back up the view so we can actually find the rain off to the east and to the west. Again, we get this little high pressure wedged in the middle, so we are in good shape for today. I'm going to bump this up. We're going to zoom ahead to tomorrow morning. This is 8 a.m. on our Saturday. Look at that. Storms off to the southwest. So that's why there is that flood watch over southern Missouri and parts of northwestern Arkansas. So the rain tracking along that stationary front that I drew off to our southwest. And this is later in the day tomorrow morning and into the afternoon. Now, tomorrow afternoon, that rain gets just a little bit closer. And if we zoom in, I still think most of southern Indiana is dry. This is tomorrow afternoon. But we might sneak in a shower if that activity can get close enough in Kentucky, especially south of 64, west of 65, a little bit of a shower chance tomorrow afternoon. This is at 3 p.m. on your Saturday. And there you can see that shower chance along and south of 64. I'm going to go ahead and keep tomorrow dry. Just want to point out super small shower chance, mainly south of southern Indiana. And this is heading into our Saturday evening. And there is also dry air at the surface, so that would be fighting some dry air at the surface too. Okay, that's going to run out the 48-hour HRRR weather model. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into the GFS high-resolution weather model. And I'm going to bump this ahead to Sunday, the 25th. All right, so we're here at Sunday, May the 25th. So again, we're seeing a concentration of rain to our west along that stationary front. And then as we look ahead, this is the GFS weather model. I will say, comparing and contrasting the GFS to the European weather model had this holding off to the southwest more. It was drier. Euro's been winning more lately. So I would like to believe the Euro that Sunday stays drier. The GFS, as we'll see here, keeps it just a little bit wet with some showers, but not a lot. Most of it's still out to the west, but I've got a 30% chance of a passing shower for Sunday in our forecast. This is at 5 p.m. Sunday. Some unsettled weather around the region. And this is Sunday night. Could see some increasing rain chances. Now I'm going to go into Monday morning. This is your Memorial Day. Notice here that as I go full screen, this pattern really has not changed. This is the stationary front that is out to the west. And that is kind of your storm or rain highway, just tracking along that. The stationary front is parallel to the upper level winds. So you just have this continuous train of wet weather to our west and southwest. Going back out of the full screen mode. That's 11 a.m. on our Memorial Day, the 26th. Will this front get a nudge to the northeast? That's the question a little bit later in the day. This is at 5 p.m. Memorial Day. So I'm bumping that to about a 40% chance of rain for Memorial Day with high temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s across the area. And then there you can see that increasing rain chance later in the day. Monday, the Euro, the Canadian go along with that. The later we get into Memorial Day, the rain chance starts to go up. All right, and this is into Monday night. I'm going to bump this ahead to our 27th. This is next Tuesday, heading back to work. No school for JCPS. They are out today. And then as we head into Tuesday, still some lingering showers, heaviest off to the east. So then you can see trending drier later in the day Tuesday. All right, so we get a break there. I've dropped it to like a 20% chance of a shower Wednesday. I'm going to back up our view. So Wednesday looking mostly dry. This is Wednesday the 28th. Next week, middle of next week, our last week of May. And now we're heading into the 29th. And what do we see here? More unsettled weather heading our direction. This is going into Thursday morning next week. This would be your Ben on a Limb portion of Ben at 10. So there you can see some wet weather moving back into our region. This is 11 a.m. Thursday. And now we're into the 29th, which is Thursday, and into the 30th, which is Friday. And more rain around the area. So what is going on? I'm going to bring up the 500 millibar winds. This is about 18,000 feet. And this is not what you want for late next week. What you're seeing here All right. It is time to do a little analysis. So this is one of those moments. Keep it in the back of your mind. Will this happen a week from now? Forget who I was talking to yesterday about that they had a graduation next Friday. It looked like a rain chance yesterday. I said, keep that in the back of your mind. It looks like that rain chance is still there. Here's the primary reason why. The jet stream up here in Canada, flowing, cut off this guy right here. That would be a cut off upper level low pressure system. These are not fun. Once they're cut off, they do not have a jet stream to push them along so they can sit and spin and give us some days of rainfall. I hope this solution is not correct, but the Euro and the GFS did point towards this signal right here happening late next week. That would be the upper low woes, and that would possibly take us into early June with a weather pattern that remains kind of unchanged and unsettled across the area. So that's your winds at around 15,000 feet, kind of the beginning of the jet stream winds late next week. So there's your analysis, your prognostication as we look way down the road here with the weather model data with the GFS weather model. I'm just going to go full screen and back up the view. There we go. Going into outer space as we wrap this up. There's that cutoff upper level low pressure system right there, smack in the middle. The polar jet way up here. Cool. It's just kind of cool looking stuff. All right. I'll get rid of that stuff. And we'll get back to the forecast. It is looking gorgeous out there as we look live here in Uptown, New Albany, Indiana, at Market and Vincennes. Look at it, a beautiful blue sky across the area. I'm going to remove that, add in this, and we're going to back up to the beginning of the forecast. And we haven't talked about we haven't brought up our nature segment. So we had, if you're just tuning in, a special guest, Will Kimmel from Kimmel Racing, based right out of Southern Indiana. They're at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and they're racing at 6 o'clock today on FS1, so check them out. If you're just tuning in, and when I wrap this up here in just a little bit, you can rewatch the interview. Apologies on me in the beginning. I couldn't hear them. That was on me. I had the button muted, but then we got them going. Also, they're using a lot of cell signal out there, so the videos are just a little bit jumpy, which was expected. Big happy getting a swig here. Cheers on this Friday. So, again, beautiful conditions out there. And these were the birds. Quick bird nerd segment. The new bird that I saw was the cedar waxwing. I don't think I've ever seen that bird, but that was the new bird. 300 million migrating yesterday. Also, the cicada segment of our show. And I want to thank Pamela Nolan for sending this one in. There, if you look closely on the right side on that tree, they eat on that bark and they lay their eggs on that bark. And then they have a period of time where they're eating and drinking and being merry for 3 weeks or so. They die. The babies hatch, the nymphs go back underground for 17 years. And then they eat on the roots and things underground for 17 years, spend 99.9% of their lives underground. Then 17 years later, I don't know if I can do the math. We're at 2025. The last time the brood XIV was here was back in 2008. So we tack on 17 years from now. You're looking at the year 2042. Am I right about that? 2042. I'm going to be an old man by the next time this brood comes out. And you can see how they're chomping on some of the vegetation there by the deck. At looks like Pamela's deck right there. There's actually one of those little critters, the shell from one of those. So the brood XIV along the river. I heard some of them in Harrison County in Lanesville. There were none in my county. And Clark County has yellow, not light green. So that would show that we do not have them. And then up towards Madison, possibly Cincinnati, and a lot of spots in Kentucky have the brood XIV. So the forecast here for today, Vicky Berger from Salem. You and your family have a great holiday. You have a great holiday weekend as well, as the weather's shaping up a little bit better across the area. Partly sunny for today. We'll go full screen, sunset at 8:54, just a light breeze, which is nice. Finally, it was chilly out there at the tennis sectionals. By the way, it was a barn burner at Floyd for our sectional. Borden versus Pekin, neighboring towns going at it for the girls tennis sectional. My daughter won at number 2, and then it was 2-2. You got to win 3 out of the 5 matches. The last match, the last 3 matches went into a third set tiebreaker, as close as it can possibly be. I've never seen a match this close ever. Some were playing almost 3 hours in. And then in the last match, Pekin Eastern High School got the win out there at Floyd Centrals, where we had the tennis sectional. So congrats to Pekin Eastern High School going on to regionals. So it was last time I got to see my daughter play high school sports. So a little bit in our feels yesterday after that, but excited for IU and getting to have some fun there over the next several years as my daughter heads up to Bloomington in August. Donna told we got them in Elizabethtown, but not that bad. Thanks for the cicada report there, Donna. Play ball forecast, partly sunny, cool. We're going to be in South Central, all the way in Elizabeth, Indiana, South Central, Harrison County for the last conference game. So it looks like nice weather, just a bit on the cool side, light wind, west wind at around 5 to 10. And medium high with our allergy report. We were talking about this earlier. A lot of us suffering out there, maybe not just because tree and grass, but also the mold spores across the area. Our sunset's getting later and later. I was talking about this as well. Our sun angle is at 72 degrees, and that is like mid to late July. And so we're getting those later sunsets, and eventually that high sun angle will warm things up. But we've had kind of Canada winning. Canada. Let me rewind here. Let me unravel my tongue. Canada is winning with the cooler air rather than the warm air over our area for now. All right, back to the forecast. Tonight's 52 degrees, partly cloudy, cool and quiet, light southwest wind, and our sunrise at 6:25. And tomorrow's forecast, Saturday, May 24th, a little cool in the morning, 71 in the afternoon. I know a lot of you like these temperate conditions, not too warm, not too cool, not too bad, and most areas will be dry. If there is a slight chance of a sprinkle or an isolated shower, that best chance is going to be south of 64 and in Kentucky, most of Indiana staying dry. 7-day forecast as we'll wrap things up as we've been going almost 50 minutes. We're looking at 71 tomorrow, 68 Sunday, 69 Monday. Could see a few rain showers around on Sunday. Don't think it'll be a washout. I don't think Memorial Day is going to be a washout either. Some of the latest data has been ramping up the rain chance late Monday and then into Tuesday morning, and then trending drier Tuesday afternoon. I think we get a break Wednesday, but then an upper level low pressure system could bring back several rain chances next Thursday and Friday. And it's going to take us through the last week of May. I believe the last day of May is Saturday, May 31st. And then we'll start to move into June. Already heading into the 6th month of 2025. I feel like this year is flying by. Thank you guys for all of the comments here. And if you missed it, go back, watch my interview. I've learned a lot about racing, the ARCA race. It's like the triple A of baseball behind NASCAR. They've got their race. The General Tire 150 is at Charlotte Motor Speedway at 6 p.m. on FS1, Fox Sports app. Check out Will Kimmel. We had an interview with him right around 10:10. I myself had some audio issues and then hit the mute button, and then we had him up and going just fine. So check out that interview. You can learn a little bit about racing. So hopefully our Hoosiers will be well represented there as they take on a lot of the Charlotte guys there at that race. I think that wraps it up as we've raced through another Ben at 10 on this Friday. I hope you guys have a great Memorial weekend. Let me pop up one more time before we wrap things up completely and before we head into the weekend. There we go. And I'm going to remove that, bring up this. So just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, our advertisers and partners here in different organizations across the area. ivytech.edu. You can head right there, go to locations, go to Sellersburg. If you want to make a change in your career, maybe start a new career, or you're a prospective student, head to ivytech.edu and you can learn about the Sellersburg campus there right off exit 9 in Sellersburg. The academic programs offered. You got student services, tuition and aid, admissions, ways to contact them. You can learn about the 42 programs offered there. I'm looking forward to, I'm going to try to head out live there soon. They've got Tuesdays at the Tech where you can get one-on-one interaction and learn more about, again, you're leveling up and learning maybe a new career. Lions Roofing, get free estimates right there, lionsroofingco.com, 812-294-3595. You can learn more about this family-owned business out of Memphis, Indiana. They have a roofing repair technician job opening. Give them a call about that opportunity. And speaking of jobs, libspaving.com. You just go to the careers in the upper right-hand corner. You can apply now. Look at all of these job openings as I scroll down right now. So there's tons of opportunities out there for you in Southern Indiana to start a new career, maybe get that job through the summertime and beyond, as it is paving season, concrete season. I want to thank again Weddington Custom Homes, Brad Weddington, for helping us out with that live shot this morning, live from Charlotte Motor Speedway in the ARCA race earlier, and New Wash. Bank.com, NWSB, people you know, wherever you go. You can learn more about the online banking, mortgages, home equity lines of credit if you need some help there. Online banking, very easy to do there, banking the way you want it. So thanks to them. And I do want to mention, since we are still in the month of May for a little bit longer, you can go to any NWSB location, drop off the plastic bags, paper bags, tote bags, backpacks, duffel bags, lunch bags for Project Recovery. NWSB helping out our community in that way right there. So we are again at the end of Ben at 10. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, thank you guys for watching. Drop in a comment, say hello. And I typically look at those comments a little bit later in the day as well. There is that beautiful Friday sunshine. Grab the sunglasses. It's going to be a very nice one. Won't really need the AC or the heat, as we have a perfect temperature right around 70, 71 degrees for this afternoon. And again, one more time, just thank you very much for tuning in here. Happy last day of school, JCPS. You've got Abbey Road on the River. You've got the Borden Star Valley Strawberry Festival, Bats Baseball, a lot going on. Get outside and enjoy. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and we will see you on Monday.